LASMA inaugurates 24-hour traffic management operations, reclaims Apapa Castaigne Ijora underbridge from environmental illegal occupation. Federal government launches nationwide crackdown on oil, gold smugglers. On the front, in United States, President Donald Trump terminates trade talks with Canada over anti-tariffs adverts. And in sports, Nigeria Super Falcons target early advantage over Benin Republic in Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, has formally instituted a 24-hour operational framework for traffic management and enforcement across Lagos State. The initiative, officially unveiled by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Transportation, Shola Giwa, is in a bid to guarantee seamless mobility and safe commuting at all hours. In the state's unwavering commitment to urban order, public safety, and infrastructural renewal. According to Giwa, the 24-hour operational regime represents the administration's steadfast dedication to constant vigilance, operational efficiency, and disciplined tariff regulation, especially as the metropolis approaches the festive period, traditionally characterized by heightened vehicular and commercial activities. A pivotal component of the initiative is the establishment of the Night Rapid Response Gang, a specialized unit within LASMA charged with swiftly addressing traffic incidents, including vehicular breakdowns, collisions, and other obstructions along critical areas of the metropolis. In tandem with these traffic management reforms, the Lagos State government also executed a comprehensive clearance operation along Apapa Road, Castaigne, and the Ijora underbridge, eliminating legal structures, shanties, and unregulated trading that had long obstructed free vehicular flow and compromised public safety. The general manager of LASMA, Olalekan Bakaroki, also appealed to traders, transport operators, and commuters to comply with government directives, utilize designated market and parking facilities, and actively support the administration's efforts to maintain safe, efficient, and orderly metropolis. He emphasized that the integration of 24-hour traffic management with environmental enforcement represents the Lagos State government holistic approach to sustainable urban mobility, one that blends innovative regulation, proactive enforcement, and civic responsibility. Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, has urged residents and business owners to comply with environmental standards, emphasizing that the agency will sustain its monitoring and enforcement drive across the state to promote a cleaner, quieter, and healthier environment. LASEPA stated this as it sealed a church in Ifako Ijayi for persistent noise pollution and violation of environmental regulations. The enforcement followed the directive of the State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, after the church repeatedly breached the peace agreement and memoranda of understanding MOUs signed with LASEPA in 2017 and 2023 to minimize noise disturbances during its services and vigils. Wahab cautioned religious organizations, entertainment operators, and hospitality businesses across Lagos to adhere strictly to state regulations on noise and environmental pollution while respecting the rights of residents to a peaceful and healthy living environment. Speaking after the enforcement exercise, LASEPA's general manager, Tunde Ajayi, said the church had continued to operate in violation of all known agreement and guidelines despite being located within a residential estate. The Lagos State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, says President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda is not a political slogan but a living testament to visionary leadership anchored on the empowerment of the Nigerian youth. In a statement by its spokesperson, Sheye Oladejo, the Lagos APC says for decades, President Tinubu has demonstrated a rare and consistent belief in the energy, intellect, and innovation of young Nigerians, putting concrete structures in place from student loan scheme and credit core to 3MTT, NITDA, Talent Hunt, and a digital innovation support fund. It states that the administration's renewed hope focuses on free technical education across the nation, is strategically geared towards youth empowerment and the promotion of entrepreneurship. The APC adds that by creating avenues for young Nigerians to acquire practical skills and start enterprises, President Tinubu is building a generation that is not waiting for handouts, but creating value, wealth, and opportunities for others. And now to the rest of the stories. The National Economic Council says it will begin a crackdown on illegal gold miners as part of a broader strategy to safeguard Nigeria's natural resources and boost government revenue. The move follows the Council's decision to expand the mandate of its ad hoc committee on crude oil theft, prevention and control, chaired by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodimma, to include the fight against illegal mining and mineral smuggling. Briefing State House correspondents after the 153rd NEC meeting chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa Abuja, Uzodimma said the expanded terms of reference reflect the government's resolve to close off revenue leakages from solid minerals. He added that the committee will work closely with the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, and security agencies to curb gold smuggling, unregulated quarrying, and illicit mineral export. The ad hoc committee was originally established under former President Muhammad Buhari in August 2022 to combat crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism that had crippled national production and forced international oil companies to shut down key pipelines. As the construction works on the Okpebi-Mende-Ojota Link Bridge project nears completion, motorists, residents and business owners around the infrastructure have expressed optimism that the project will open up the area to more development. The 4.52-kilometer long bridge, which includes provision for cycling and pedestrian walkways, concrete railings to combat vandalism and well-planned drainage system across its length, will serve as a vital connection between Okpebi and the Ojota axis. The new link will divert traffic from the Okpebi U-turn and seamlessly connect Ikorodu Road via an intersection under the Odoyalaro Bridge at Mende. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has described the Okpebi-Mende-Ojota Link Bridge as a major milestone in his administration's commitment to tackling traffic congestion, cutting travel time, easing gridlocks and enhancing connectivity for thousands of Lagosians daily. According to the governor, the bridge project is designed to solve long-standing traffic challenges and represents the state government vision for a modern, efficient and accessible Lagos. He had this to say.
What we're doing is not just a road that we're building. We're actually solving traffic solution, and we're in tandem with our strategic master plan. It's also our own modest testament of our commitment to the greater Lagos agenda.
Also, the State Ministry of Transportation has been assessing junction improvement at Toyi, Salvation and Adebola Streets to accommodate the expected increase in vehicular movement once the project is completed. Residents and business owners in the axis who spoke with our reporter Adewale Olokporoku commended the state government's commitment to addressing long-standing traffic challenges. They also urged the government to prioritize security, ensure proper road furniture, and maintain the infrastructure for long-term sustainability.
His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu is really doing a great job. On connecting Ojota to Okpebi is a very, very good initiative, a very good innovation. At least vehicle can now link from Ojota to Okpebi direct without turning from Oregu Road, without turning from any other place. It's a very wonderful job.
Okay. This place before is the water. Every place is water before. I enjoy the road. I went to Ojota now.
We appreciate for this government, this grateful government for helping us to do this road for us, because we are getting a lot of accident here. But due to this road, that problem has come to an end.
But for the traveling time, to really reduce costs of traveling due to hold up, you wouldn't want to queue up again. You only cut it off from here to Okpebi.
The construction of the Okpebi-Mende Link Bridge is handled by Julius Berger in collaboration with the Lagos State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure to ensure that travel time between both axes is reduced from 90 to 10 minutes. He further gave reports of construction workers putting finishing touches to construction elements, including the 530-meter and 110-meter long bridges, 50 meters long approach sections, and 40-meter deep Bird Pals, supported by Spatial Dock Solutions for permanent casing. Other areas cited by our reporter include street lights, painting of medians and separation barriers, among other activities. And in some foreign news, United States President Donald Trump has announced an immediate termination of all trade negotiations with Canada, following what he called a fraudulent advertisement in which former and late President Ronald Reagan spoke negatively about tariffs. The advert, sponsored by the government of Canada's province of Ontario, quoted Trump's predecessor, Reagan, an icon of U.S. conservation, saying tariffs hurt every American. Trump wrote on social media that the advert was fake and erroneous, adding that trade talks were terminated. His administration has imposed a 35% levy on many Canadian imports, as well as individual tariffs targeting particular industries like car and steel manufacturing, and Ontario has been particularly hard hit by these. Trump has allowed exemptions for goods that fall under a free trade agreement with Mexico and Canada that he negotiated during his first term, but Canada's Prime Minister, Mark Carney, has since his election earlier this year attempted to strike a deal that would ease the U.S. tariffs. And over to sports news. Nigeria Super Falcons will aim to secure an early advantage when they face Benin Republic's Amazons in the first leg of their final 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifying tie in Lomé today. The 25,000 capacity stadium in the Togolese capital will host the West African Derby as a 10-time African champion seek a commanding win that could make the return leg in Nigeria on Tuesday a formality. Head coach Justin Madugu has 19 players available for the encounter and expressed confidence that his squad will deliver a result worthy of their status as title holders. Gambian referee Ngum Fatou will officiate the fixture, which kicks off at 4 p.m. Nigeria time. The Falcons are seeking to maintain their dominance on the continent and extend their records as the most successful team in the history of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. And that was our news at 10. Just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. You can listen to Lagos Traffic Radio on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration empowered 600 women with ingenious business ideas to the tune of 4 billion naira through the Lagos State Employment Fund, LSETF, Women Initiative, to empower Lagosians? Well, you can get details on the Legacy Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, has formally instituted a 24-hour operational framework for traffic management and enforcement across Lagos State. The National Economic Council said it will begin a crackdown on illegal gold miners as part of a broader strategy to safeguard Nigeria's natural resources and boost government revenue. We also told you that United States President Donald Trump has announced an immediate termination of all trade negotiations with Canada, following what he called a fraudulent advertisement in which former and late President Ronald Reagan spoke negatively about tariffs. And then in sport, Nigeria Super Falcons will aim to secure an early advantage when they face Benin Republic's Amazons in the first leg of their final 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifying tie in Lomé today. And for contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. Thank you, Lagos, for listening. My name is Mike James. Good morning.